This is the 2018 Mercedes-Benz C300 AMG line, and I'm gonna be spending the next 24 hours with this car, and I'm gonna tell you what I think and what my experience is as a hardcore BMW fan. If you follow my channel at all, if you're not, please make sure to subscribe. This is the first time that we have a Mercedes-Benz on the channel, so this is gonna be interesting. But before we go ahead and go for a drive, let's talk about this car's styling, because I feel like this is quite interesting. There's a newer generation C-Class that's been out for almost a year now, I believe. So I think this is a good time to go ahead and have a look at this car. Maybe you're not looking to get the latest and greatest and the most expensive Mercedes-Benz available, and you're just looking to get a discount at an already great car. Let's go ahead and talk about the styling. So this is the facelift version of the W205, and in my opinion, this car does not look dated at all. You have these beautiful headlights, beautiful front grille. These AMG line rims they look fantastic. Black glass roof, I think it just changes the look of the car a lot. I've never been the biggest fan of the W205's rear end, but that's just me. I know a lot of people who really love how these look, but I feel like it looks a bit narrow, and I have mixed feelings about it. This specific car has only had one modification done to it, and those are these amazing C63S big brake kit, as I'm told by the owner. He told me he spent around $5,000 including labor to get these installed on his car, and they have drastically changed the braking of the car. Let's go ahead and get in the car and go on a journey and see what this car is made of. Wow, look at this. All right, this is the next day. We are gonna be spending some time with this car. I'm gonna just do my daily commute. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you how it feels to drive, and I'm gonna do some tests with the car. So make sure to stick around until the end of the video. So for those of you who are not subscribed, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so. It's free, and we upload a lot of good content. I drive a 2012 BMW 328i, and before that I had a 2014 BMW 520d. Those are the only two cars I've ever owned, and I am a hardcore BMW fan. The only Mercedes of this class that I've ever driven before was a Mercedes C350e, which was the car that I paid the down payment for right before I buy the 520d. So that was supposed to be my first car. Things didn't work out, and I ended up getting the 520d, which I'm really happy about. All right, so first impressions with this car. It looks absolutely lovely. I love the way it looks from the outside, especially the AMG line. I'm not a big fan of the base spec C-Class because I think it looks a little too basic. The rims look perfect for this class. Of interior, oh my god, as a BMW fan, the 2018 G20 doesn't even come close to this interior, let alone the next generation. That is just a different story. You can argue with me down below in the comments. I would love to hear what you think. This interior versus the G20 interior. I believe that the G20 is more driver oriented. Like, as BMW likes to say, they're the ultimate driving machine. They don't care as much about how it looks. In the G20, everything is centered towards the driver, is angled towards the driver, but in this, everything is just flat. Everything in here looks absolutely beautiful. You can spec these out however you like. You can get different colored seats. You can get this in carbon fiber, in piano black. You have lots of cameras around the car, which is pretty standard. If you get close to objects, the camera will let you know. Your 360 camera will turn on to help you. It shows you the directions in front, where to turn. Pretty basic stuff, but I think it's nice to know. So we are going down here, and car is letting me know. I didn't even press anything, and the car is letting me know if I'm gonna mess up and curb the car or anything. One thing that I noticed with this car, which is really interesting for me, this car has an 8-speed transmission. When you're on comfort mode and you come to a stop, your car will go to second gear. It will not go to first, it will go to second. And so you're starting from the second gear. But when you're on sports mode or sports plus mode, you'll start from the first gear. I believe Mercedes did that to make sure you have a more aggressive first gear for sports mode and all. And they made the second gear soft to start with for like more comfortable driving and everything, which I think is quite genius. So on BMWs, you have your auto hold over here, which there's nothing over here, but in this car, it's a little tricky, but it's very interesting, and I think it's genius. In order for you to activate your auto hold, which would basically let you take your foot off the brake in traffic, you just have to push the brake in all the way when you have already come to a stop, and this hold sign will come on to basically let you know that you can let your foot off the brake and your car will not move forward. It will keep the brake lights on to let people know that you're still braking. And it's very interesting how they have placed this in the car and how they have added like this feature, hidden this feature under just like circumstances. I really like that. Another thing that I'm loving about this interior and my experience, my whole experience, is this steering wheel. I have my controls over here. I have the right side, the controls on the right side basically control my cruise control, and this screen over here. I can choose the different menus. I can choose to display, for example, navigation, and it will show all of that here. These left side controls control your infotainment, so you don't have to take your hand off the steering wheel to control your infotainment, which I think comes in really handy. It actually feels really nice not to drive a lowered car today. I can go over bumps really easily. So you can control your infotainment from here with this scroll wheel, and then like this touchpad and all of that. This touchpad is actually really nice. There's a lot of features in the infotainment that we can go over, but most interesting ones that I found, the assistance. So you have your ESP, you have your park assist, which you can control. You have your active brake assist, which you can control. All the standard features that are in the modern cars nowadays, you get to have them in this car. I'm not gonna go over all of them because that's gonna drag this video to like an hour long. We are gonna continue on our drive, and we're gonna go on a little bit more of an interesting drive. We're gonna push the car a little bit, see how fast it is, and see how it feels to drive in the city, because that's all that matters. You have 5 modes in this car. You have eco mode, put the engine in the most economic, consume as little fuel as possible, your pedal becomes really numb and all of that. Have your comfort mode, which is the most comfortable driving. You have a good balance between your steering feel. You have a good balanced throttle control. Everything is made to drive in the city. Then you have your sports mode and your sports plus mode. This car is on air suspension, and I really like it for the driving that I've been doing right now for city driving. Pretty great. It's actually not bad at all. I gotta say, one thing that I really miss is I have nothing to grab on with my left hand over here. And BMWs, you're used to grabbing the gear shifter.
You love grabbing gear shifter, don't you?
Yeah. So you're used to grabbing the gear shifter, but over here you have your gear shifter over here.
I wonder whose car is that?
Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird. Yeah, it looks quite familiar. Right now we are gonna put the car in Sports Plus, second gear, do a pull. Yeah. unimpressive. This is slower than I thought it would be. So I'm used to cars being around these power range. I've driven cars around these power range for a long time. And this to me feels a little less impressive than I expected it to be. This is a little slow. I keep looking down at the speedometer, expecting to go faster. From my experience, I should be going much faster at this rate, but I'm not. Even on Sports Plus, I don't feel any discomfort, but that might just be me. The suspension is tuned really well. Steering feels a little rubberish. It's not as connected to the road as I would like it to be, but to be honest, what car can you find nowadays in this class that doesn't feel rubberish? Other than that, the car feels really good, really planted. I feel like the G20 is a little faster in acceleration, and it delivers the power to you in a better way. You get to feel that you're going faster in the way that BMW is delivering the power to you. And this car, it's more soft, it's more tame. You don't feel like the car is about to kill you. Okay, since this car is on air suspension, I can lift up the vehicle with this button. If I encounter a high bump, like right now, I just lifted up the vehicle, I passed the bump, and I press it, and the car went down, and I can actually feel it. Hey, nice car. What do you do for a living?
Actually, this is my boyfriend's car. AJ drives. You should subscribe to his channel.
Okay, yeah. Nice. He sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah.
What do you think of that car in front of you?
I don't want to look at it.
Why not?
I'm a BMW fan.
Okay.
And I hate Mercedes-Benz.
Do you want to sit in that car and tell me your opinion?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you for doing this. Bro, stop recording!
Okay.
Bro.
Look at the interior, it's so cool! Wow, yes!
Like no other car has this.
Oh my god, yeah. The screen is so big. The aircon is so cold that I need my jacket. Okay, you got it, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Alright, so let me give you some stats. This car makes 241 horsepower at 5,500 RPM. It makes 273 foot-pounds of torque at 1,300 RPM out of a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It's on air suspension, and right now we are in Sports Plus mode. We're going down some twisties. I've got to say, there's quite a bit of body roll that I'm experiencing. This guy's giving us way, so let's go ahead and it's a fun car when you put it in Sports Plus. It's not as fast as quite as nimble as the G20 in my opinion. It's not like this car is no fun at all. You can definitely go ahead and have your fun with it. Have on twisties on your weekends, you can have quite a bit of fun. Like there's quite a bit of engine noise in the cabin. I feel like there is some noise being pumped in the cabin by some speakers or something, because the noise feels a little fake to me, but I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not sure if it's actually pumping noise in the cabin. For its own class, if I want to rate it from 1 to 10, I would give it a solid 7. So our day is almost over with the car, and I promised you guys a 0 to 100 run. So that's what we're gonna do. 1 foot on the brake, 1 foot on the gas, leave the brake, and see how fast this car goes. Mercedes claims that this car can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.9 seconds. Let's see if that's true in the real world. Bro, I reached 90. Huh? So that was a big fail. The runway that I had available to me was not enough. I thought it would be enough to reach 100, but sadly I think I only reached 91. This car is not as fast as I would like it to be, but that just means that you should probably go for the C43 or C63 if you want faster.
Or if you want more problems, you can always get a BMW and you fill
yeah.
your life with a lot of problems and it's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's been 24 hours since I've gotten my hands on this car and I've got to give it back soon. What do I think of this car as a, could say, BMW fanboy, which I'm really not, but what do I think of this car? What's my experience been like? I think this is a really good car. It's a nice place to be in. If you choose this car over a G20 330i, I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. There are some subtle differences. As they always say, if you're about luxury first and performance second, go for the Mercedes. And if you're about performance first and luxury second, go with the BMW. I think that saying explains the difference between these two cars really well. Would I get one of these myself for a daily? I would say probably. I would say it's fast enough for you not to care about the extra incremental power differences. If I want to rate this car, I would give it 7 out of 10 in terms of performance in its class. I would give it 8 out of 10 in terms of looks. And the 2 points that it's losing, it's because of the rear end. I really don't like the rear end. No matter how much I love the front end, I really don't like the rear end. And in terms of daily drivability, it's at 9.5 out of 10. Half a point lost because it could be more comfortable. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you want to get your car featured on this channel, make sure to go ahead and DM me on Instagram and we can try and make it happen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace.